Who do you think has it harder in the dating world, men or women?
Oh, man.
I think you're right. Like, and in terms of picking the right relationship and meeting the right person and knowing. You say if you want a party person, go meet someone at the club, and if you want a library person, go meet someone in a library. I think people who go to clubs also go to libraries, so it's like
it's interesting. It's of course, but people think. But the key is someone's nature.
Yeah, and I think you're right in the sense that people have their own personalities, and I think in terms of meeting someone that you want to be with is more. A lot of it is about being the kind of person that you want to be.
Yeah, and correct.
Because you
want someone to respect your time, you got to respect your own time.
Exactly, and if you're a good person and you present yourself and you're a nice, you show respect and you're listening and all that kind of thing, that's probably the kind of person that you're going to meet. Yeah. But if you're a complete piece of shit, then you're probably going to meet a complete piece of shit.
Correct. Or we attract the people that we attract the kind of person that we are. Well,
that's exactly right, and I mean. That's not saying that people who get abused, that's not their fault. It's not their fault, but at the same time, it's like they might have. A lot of the time, maybe they had some sort of insecurity, and maybe they weren't, or maybe the person they were with, maybe they hit it very well, and all that kind of thing. And maybe you should have made a bit of it slightly more, done more vetting in terms of like the relationship you went into, rather than just jumping into the first relationship that you that came across. I mean, I know I made that mistake. Many times. a couple of times. But it's more about like, just sitting back and really making that objective decision and like, is it worth investing my time in this person, and is it going to be worth my, should I do this now, or rather, and if you're going to look for someone better rather than I actually had a really good discussion about this the other day, especially from some women. It was just the one that I watched online. In terms of like, a lot of women tend to maybe try and look to trade up, and they do the whole concept of trading up. But rather than, trading up and finding a better man is actually a natural part of just being a woman. And then guys are looking for the best possible mate. We're always looking for the best possible mate. But what a lot of them will do is, rather than looking, they don't look for a better man in terms of, is he a better father? Is he a nicer person? Is he going to treat me better? Am I going to, is it going to be a more pleasant relationship? Am I going to be able to build a stronger relationship? In that it's more, is he better looking? Or is he taller? Or does he have bigger biceps? Or a bigger car or more money? And it's a lot of it.
Do you know why that is?
Quite superficial, yeah.
Because not a lot of people can tell the difference between chemistry and connection.
Yeah.
While they are two sides of the same coin, if you have good chemistry, it probably means you'll have good connection as well. But people often feel, this is both a men and women thing, by the way, that it's like, if they have good chemistry, they're physically attracted to that person, then that also means something about them. Because surely, because they've worked on their body so much, or they're so attractive, it must mean that they're attractive.
Exactly, there must be a good person. Because they work hard to do this, or they've worked hard to build a business. Therefore, they're obviously going to be a great father. But it doesn't.
So that's
doesn't always translate.
Lack of nuance. Another thing that really makes a good relationship is the ability to solve problems. By the way, solve problems in the relationship, and that's the whole thing where connection and chemistry work in. Because if it's a problem with connection, if it's an emotional issue, you need to solve it that way. If it's a chemistry issue, maybe when it comes to sex, is it a style issue? Knowing what triggers your partner sexually is something that's actually really important. But with that thing, it is true that people get that mixed up. So they trade up physically, maybe, but they don't realize that emotionally doesn't mean that way. And then they learn the hard way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And my job is to make sure it doesn't take them years to learn those lessons.
Well, no offense, but it would be great if we didn't need people like you.
Totally. I'm trying to get myself out of the job.
Unfortunately, we do these days because people have I think...
I want this to be taught in schools.
I don't want to, be one of those people who's like, back in the olden days it was better. But the thing is, back in the olden days, this kind of thing wasn't required because men played one role and women played another role.
Yeah, and this is we have nuance. Now we have a rainbow.
Everyone, it's just like people can do this and people can do that, and whilst the culture and the attitudes have changed, the biology and the way that humans interact on a one-on-one basis at a fundamental, at a core fundamental level, at that really deep biology where there's two individuals communicating with each other, it hasn't changed at all. It's only been one, 2 generations. I mean, evolution takes hundreds of generations to change things, and this is so. The idea
this shows me a lot about the way you look at the world. So you believe it is what it is.
I believe it is what it is. I actually have a tattoo on the back that says "It is what it is."
Oh, perfect. Yeah. That shows, but that shows really like how much you believe about the world.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I was coaching you, it would be around that paradigm. Someone else probably doesn't believe that.
Yeah.
And it's getting inside people's heads and showing them the nature of things. For example, it can be is what it is, but is it possible for there also to be some variation between it is what it is as well?
Of course, it's all tendency. Right? It's all on a bell curve.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like for me, that is what it is. It's like
exactly.
You're going to have some women who are, some women who love to. They're women MMA fighters. I mean, there's really not much more masculine than getting into a ring and beating the living crap out of an opponent. But there are women MMA fighters, and there are men who like to sew and collect dolls and all that kind of thing. So it's all on a tendency thing.
So is the thing that gets you most excited personally about a woman is the fact that maybe it not most excited, but it's probably one thing that excites you where it's like it allows you to play that role.
Well, I'm not going to get too much into it because my missus is in the other room. And
I'm just curious. Sorry,
and she's actually a giant pig and I really hate her quite a lot. So I don't want to give her any compliments or anything.
She can't hear you. There she is.
Yes, she can.
So, no, you can cut that out. But,
no, that's going in there.
Yeah, okay.
No, because we have a good relationship in that.
Yeah, it's good.
We have a relationship where we communicate very, very concisely.
So one thing that's really worth mentioning is implicit and explicit language. Obviously, one thing that shouldn't be fucked with is money. Depending on what your country and you're in, is time. You don't go to a cafe and can I have a coffee and it's maybe $5. That kind of stuff just doesn't happen. When it comes to emotion, when it comes to attraction in general, you can never really be explicit. You can't be like, these are the reasons why you must be attracted to me. It just doesn't work because it's your vibes. It's who you are as a person. And are you vibes short for vibrations, by the way? Like, are you being yourself at your most frequency, regardless of if it's going to work or not? You know what I mean? That's like step one for a lot of people that I teach. But the key here is that when it comes to the best relationships, which is, the example you gave, which is really good, is can you make your emotions, which are an implicit thing, an explicit thing? And the more explicit you can be, the better. For example, some people might be like, oh, I don't really feel right about this. That's explicit as they can be. Surely if they could be like, I don't feel right about this because it makes me feel uncomfortable because of reasons X, Y, Z, you will obviously be better at it.
Yeah.
But it's like your ability to be expressive in those things, which I love that you have that. And the fact that you express that shows me it's a really mature relationship. It's sometimes like all the problems you've been through in life show you that you have to be this way.
Some of us have to learn the others. Like a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. The rest of us have to be the others.
Yeah. I haven't heard.
I'm definitely one of the others.
Yeah, fair enough. There's also the phrase that people say. It's like, if I stand tall, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, because you read, you have mentors, things like that. One thing I also believe, and you probably know this from being a father, it's like, if you stand tall, it's also because you've made other people giant. Yeah. It's like, who do you have to be to support these people? You, more in the masculine, so to speak, you have to grow. If everyone else is the water and you're the bowl, and there's a lot more water, you have to grow as a bowl. As simple as that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's good. So I mean, we've had a pretty in-depth discussion, which has been good. So just a couple of fun ones right at the end. Who do you think has it harder in the dating world, men or women?
Oh man, I would say. Oh man, no one's ever fucking asked me that before. That's a really interesting question. Actually, I would actually say, to be honest, it's equal because it's different problems. I know that's the cop-out answer. And I'm going with my cop-out answer. It's not really a
cop-out answer if it's the truth, though. It
is the truth. Yeah, it is the truth. It's interesting because there are people out there, there are men who trade sex for emotions, and there are women out there who trade... there are men who trade emotions for sex, and there's women who would trade sex for emotions, There's, as I said before, like, there's a bell curve. There's always going to be people doing whatever... the only issue is, do you think it's hard for you, or are you progress based mind? Like, are you a progressed minded person, or are you a like, it's hard for me kind of person. If you're a victim, then you're always going to be a victim. If you're a hero, you're always going to be a hero. And yeah, I tend to work with people who want the best. And it's also interesting as well, because some people love problems.
Yeah.
You know, who has it harder? If you say men, the men are going to be like, yes, we have it harder. I told you, women. And the women are going to, I said women, they're going to be like, yes, it's us.
Yeah. We have it harder.
You know, we have it harder. Look at us. These are our issues. And it's like, sure. Do you
I'm
want...
the biggest victim.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's like
I'm the
me.
biggest victim.
Yeah, my victim dick is better than your victim dick. And that's what some people like.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And the very last question, the one that every woman out there wants to know, are you single right now?
That's a good question. So, publicly, I never reveal my relationship status online, just for reasons, but I will here just because it's funny. I just came out of a relationship. Yeah.
Girls?
No.
Girls?
The reason why I say that is because there's a lesson in it.
Yes. Okay.
And some people are like, oh, you're dating a relationship coach. Shouldn't you be in a relationship? And the truth is, you know, sometimes it's an issue of nature. You know, sometimes you can connect with that's what I said before, you got to connect with the right person. And it's also really important to know that some people can be lonely before a relationship, and when you get into a relationship, you know, once the excitement wears off, you can still be lonely. So it's like, you know, why, can I ask you this, like, why do people get in relationships?
To find love, I guess.
Yeah, there's that, but what does love give you?
I don't know. It's
question,
an in-depth question that I'd have to think about.
My quick answer is we get into relationships not to be happy, not to not feel lonely, because these are all stopgap things. We get into relationships to share our happiness. If you're unhappy before a relationship and you have someone to share that with, it's going to make things worse. So these are some of the lessons that I learned coming out of the relationship as well. But yeah, currently that's how it is.
Fantastic.
And I get to practice what I preach.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being a relationship coach if you don't, and not being in a relationship.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's like, well, you know, I've been in relationships before.
Yeah.
I'm not in one now.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's all about the ebb and flow, and, you know.
Exactly.
You can grow with your clients as well, which,
yes,
is a bit of an advantage.
It's the funniest thing. I share my stories, they share their stories, and it allows me to connect with them more. And one of the biggest things when I was sharing with my clients, like, you know, when I was deciding how to get out of the relationship, for example, if it was worth getting into it, it was really good for them to see the fact that I was still doing it, my step-by-step process, because it's one thing for me to lead them through it, but as an example as well, that's one of the most powerful things. It's a really powerful teaching lesson.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, Harvey, it's been a really good talk. It's been some very interesting points.
Good thing. I'm going to plug myself, obviously. Just follow on Instagram at @GetHimHooked. It's the cheesiest name in the entire world.
I'll put a link in the description of the video. They're going to be cutting this video up, and we're going to be doing the full one. So yeah, Get Him Hooked. What is it? Get Him. Do you have a website as well?
That is gethimhooked.com. And if you want to find me on YouTube, it's just Harvey Hooke Get Him Hooked.
And yeah, again, all the links will be in the description, so you don't have to, you know, do any kind of work at all.
No
just
efforts.
Just click.
I'll carry you to the server so you can look at my own laptop where we've created it. That's how we'll make it easy for you.
Excellent. Other than that, hope you liked the video. All the standard stuff, you know, leave a like, or leave if you hated it, leave a thumbs down. But if you do that, then you're a bad person.
Yeah,
and leave a comment. This isn't, you know, you can subscribe for more as well. I do videos on a range of topics, you know, economics, biology. I'm going to be doing some, because I'm not a dating coach, but I have sort of gone through the same process as Harvey, and do have a lot of experience in that area. I considered being a dating coach at one stage, but then I decided that it was too much effort.
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. So I just decided not to. So I will be doing videos down the track on you know, meeting the right partner, and what, you know, again, sort of going into a little bit more of what we discussed here. You know, how do you approach a girl? How do you have a good conversation? How do you make yourself an attractive guy? And, you know, we'll be doing some more advice for women as well eventually. But, you know, this is all down the track. Subscribe, do the notification things. Other than that, I'll see you next time.
All right. Mwah. Bye.